Frank, thanks for joining us. I'm going to make you the commissioner. What do you want to do, and what will you do with the owner and Joker in that little incident last night?
Technical foul on Mat Ishbia for flopping, who
Yeah.
looks like a young Tom Izzo. I think he could play Tom Izzo, like a 35-year-old Tom Izzo, if they ever have a movie about Tom Izzo. So he looks like his former coach.
Right.
You know what? I would not be shocked if he gets suspended. I hope that he doesn't. I think the fact that Jokic went to grab for the ball first, Ishbia pulled it away, then Ishbia first touched Jokic, and Jokic is a big guy, just kind of put his arms up. There was no swinging involved. I hope that's not the case. It's interesting. I was watching last night, and when Monty Williams came on after the game, I was wondering if Monty was going to go down the Pat Riley route or Phil Jackson. Of course, Monty's first NBA coach was Pat Riley, and said something along the lines of, "We can't have this in our sport. We have to protect the fans at all costs. I understand Nikola Jokic is a great player, but this is something the league has to look into." To Monty's credit, he just said, I didn't really see what happened.
Well, I wonder if there's enough there that the commissioner would suspend Joker. If this is regular season as opposed to now, would it be a different ruling for this? And if it was a true fan here, because I think the Joker doesn't know that that's the owner of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah. A couple of things. It was in Phoenix with the Clippers in the first round where Russell Westbrook kind of cuts through. They cut through a shortcut, and there was a fan. A knucklehead yelled at Westbrook. He confronted the fan, cursing, threatening the guy. He's got his kid right there. There was no suspension there. I also wonder, Dan, the fact that it isn't just a regular fan. Maybe in this case it would help Jokic out, because why is Mat Ishbia taking the ball and ripping it away from Jokic to begin? I don't really think Mat Ishbia shouldn't have done that. I don't think it's a crime against humanity that he did it. To me, Jokic is still mostly in the wrong. But I thought the tone of it last night, I guess they're going to interview Jokic about it. I ultimately think he'll be available for Game 5. Let's hope that's the case, because you look at that game last night, those three guys, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Nikola Jokic, I mean, they're just at a different level offensively.
And how do you punish an owner?
Well, he did replace a guy that they essentially got rid of. I mean, I know he stepped down on his own, so I guess you can do it. But here's the thing, Dan, and you know this, and you've talked to him a million times. What if that were Mark Cuban, who Jokic had pushed, and now the series is tied at 2-2? I would think now Mat Ishbia may say something publicly, but I think he'd be well within his right to call up the league and say, "Hang on a second, I paid what, $4 billion for this team? You're gonna have a player treatment like that? He should not be available for Game 5 in this series." So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. That's for sure.
See, I hold the owner more accountable than I do Joker.
In terms of?
I thought that Mat Ishbia, escalated this. Like, he held the ball, he flopped, he got back up, and then he leans into Jokic.
Yeah. No, I think ultimately the league will look at it that way. And Jokic, I thought his comments were pretty smart after the game. I think Michael Malone as well. I thought there was a chance that when the game ended, now I understand Jokic is upset with the way that his team played down the stretch. Hey, he had the big turnover. I was wondering if he was going to make a beeline for Mat Ishbia and just kind of shake his hand, and I wonder if that would have diffused it even more.
Wow.
Again, you want to see all these guys out there, and they did set a bit of a precedent. So Draymond Green gets suspended for stomping on Sabonis, but in the release they mentioned they factor in
priors,
past transgressions.
Yep.
Nikola Jokic, he had something with Markieff Morris. What was that, last season or 2 seasons ago, when they got into it, but nothing over the top. So that will probably help Jokic as well.